Ready?
Reading.
Okay, wait.
No, you're shooting video.
You shooting video?
Want
Yeah.
to get closer?
Oh, this is good.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Hello, my friends. And you see, how does it? Was it California State? California State
University, Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Hello to all my friends at California State University, Bakersfield. You number one. Hello there. Are you is quick studying my bio? Find out who I am? I'm Charles.
All I know is that you played Michael Douglas' dad.
I did play Michael Douglas' dad, although he is actually older than I. It was a flashback. I was doing a
What was
flashback.
that like?
That was great. It was great fun. Wonderful director, wonderful cast. Got to jump off of Filoli Mansion. Not many people get to jump off the roof of a nice mansion like that. So that was a lot of fun. It's all been lots of fun. Do you have a good background? Are you happy with the background?
Oh, it's good, yeah.
You all right? I kind of got a pole coming out of my head. I'll move back this way.
As a voice actor, are you looking to parlay into more on-camera work?
No, I started the other way. For me, I started as an on-camera actor and theater actor and doing stuff. I went from theater to camera to voiceover and just natural progression of one to the next. I'm happy doing exactly what I do right now. Always happy to do whatever things, life puts my way. So it's fun.
You also had a cameo in The Deadpool.
The Deadpool, yes, that was many years ago. Yeah, I was one of those reporters.
I saw that on IMDb and I was like, oh my goodness. So
Yeah,
nice.
Clint Eastwood. No, I didn't mean Clint Eastwood. I met
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey. I've never met. No, I met Hugh Grant and Tom Arnold in 9 Months and Michael Douglas. I met Sean Penn separately from that. But yeah, lots of fun. Yeah, wonderful people.
So when you're doing voice work, is your face more animated in the sound room,
Do you
the
know
recording studio?
when you do animation of any type, some people are able to do voiceover without moving. To me, I take the energy. For me, it feels like it comes out of the ground and through me. And a character like Mario or something, they're so full of life that I can't go woo, and have it's got to be woohoo because it's out of the out of the high energy that does it. So you're not actually doing like, oh, I'm going to do lots with my face. It's it's the center of energy that you come from. When you're acting in film or something, you're 30 feet wide, tall, and 20 feet wide. So you don't need to go, oh my goodness, because it would block. The people would run away screaming. You just need to look, and you just need to think, and that's enough to project the character, whereas in television is smaller media, needs to be bigger, theater needs to be bigger and demonstrative, and of course opera and things like that, large prosceniums, you need to move big and do things big, and but all acting styles, it all comes from fundamental truth, which is one thing I love about all characters that I enjoy to do is like the courageousness, the joy, the fun that is the essence of Mario as a character. Those are all real values and real pieces of our humanity, along with the self-pity of Waluigi, the frustrated anger of Wario, and the trepidation and fear of Luigi. They're all grounded in reality, and so in real things of real people. So for any actor, as long as you stay to that truth of the character that you're doing, then you have something to show, something alive. It's when you try to think of other things or get outside of it or demonstratively do something that's not true to the character, then it's then it rings fun.
So how did you find out that you had a good enough voice to do voiceovers and stuff like that?
I sort of my thing. I went from which I'm doubtless I will tell this tonight. I went from. I was going to be a lawyer and a diplomat in international law, and I thought, well, that'll be fun. And then I ended up not doing that, and instead someone said take an acting class. I said there's absolutely no way I would ever be an actor. I could never possibly conceive of standing in front of people and talking. And suddenly I was an actor, and suddenly I was doing theater, and then suddenly I quit theater and started doing videos and things for corporations. And then one day I was doing a commercial, and someone said, well, do you do voiceover? And I said, of course. What's a voiceover? And he said, well, read this script, you know. Orchard Supply Hardware, the right item at the right price, right now. Perfect, thank you, here's more money. So when they said, here's more money, I realized I'm a voiceover actor. It was that quick.
So
It's all natural progression, you know, being an actor. It's about playing and having fun in somebody's sandbox. And anytime someone says, "Come and bring your toys, we're going to play in a sandbox," you do that, and you just have fun. So most actors that I know would go across any media, you know, and do film or television, anything you're invited to do. You know.
so how did the opportunity to work with Nintendo kind of come about?
Well, that was very interesting. I'm going to tell that tonight too. I crashed an audition. I was sitting on the beach, enjoying a book and a crossword puzzle and the sun and the waves, and I got a phone call from a friend of mine. I said, "You got to come and do this audition. It's for a trade show in Las Vegas." And I said, "There's absolutely no way I would ever crash an audition. Where is it?" You know, and I have no idea why. It's the only audition I ever crashed in my life. I went to do this audition. I crashed the audition. And I go in, and I'm late. The guy is walking out the door, the producer's walking out the door with the cameraman with the camera in the bag under his arm. And I said, "Hi, can I read for this thing?" And he goes, "Oh, jeez. All right, come on in. We'll set the camera back up. You're an Italian plumber from Brooklyn, so make up a voice, make up a video game, start talking. You're gonna have these things glued to your face for this real-time animation system. We have no idea whether it's going to work or not. If it doesn't work, you know, you're supposed to go, 'Hello, I'm Mario,' and it's supposed to do the same thing. So you'll see people with a hidden camera, you'll hear people with a hidden microphone. It's supposed to work. If it doesn't work, you're going to talk to people all day anyway. So just make stuff up." And I thought, okay, you know, Italian plumber from Brooklyn, you know, "How you doing? Get out of my face," you know. Gruff. And if it's going to be talking to kids, because I don't know who's going to be there. If it's talking to young people, I don't want to be coarse and gruff and mean all day long. I'll have more fun than that. And lucky for me, I had done Gremio and Taming of the Shrew some years earlier. And he was a nice old Italian guy, talking like, and I thought, I could do something like that, but younger. But video games, I know absolutely nothing about video games. And I started thinking, well, I'll make stuff up instead. And so I sitting there thinking about voices and games to play, and I hear action. And I turn the camera and I said, "Hello, I'm a Mario. Let's make a pizza pie together." And I start rambling on about pizzas and chasing each other with things. And I you know, he had said, "Don't stop talking until you run out of things to say." And I didn't stop. I thought, well, okay, let's see if you really mean that. And I just kept going for 35 minutes or so. Until I heard, "Stop talking, cut, there's no more tape, thank you, you know, we'll be in touch," which I thought was the end of that thing. And sure enough, they called me up. I walked out of the room, they called me up, I'm sponsored by, they called me up, they called, you know, Nintendo, and they said, we found our Mario, we got him, and they only sent my tape up. Yay!
And what year was that?
That was 23 years ago, 1991. Actually, it was 1990, but the show was for the Consumer Electronics Show, which was going to be in January 1991. And went to the Consumer Electronics Show, did it live, and it was supposed to be a one-off, you know, and I fell in love with the character, and people were very, you know, enthralled with the, you know, I'm talking to this character that I play with at home, you know, and so we had a great laugh, a great time, and pretty soon I was doing another Consumer Electronics Show, then another, and then one day I got a magical phone call. Mr. Miyamoto would like you to play Mario in the voice in a game, and I said, "Let me see if I have time." Yes! You know, I was like, woohoo! You know, I was just jumping around the house, going, yay! And that was Mario 64 in 1996. And that was like one of the magical sessions of all time, of just going and the things that I'd been doing for 5 years, you know. Here we go, let's go, okie dokie, mamma mia, you know. Hello, princess. All those things, you know, all of a sudden those became incorporated into the game, and along with scripts and ideas and spaghetti, ravioli, you know, things like that. They just, you know, it was just absolute fun. And for me, it's been 23 years of absolute joy and fun and laughter and meeting fans all over the world and doing, you know, doing things with Mario. It's just been really great.
So have you ever like played any like games that you voiced or whatever, and just kind of get a
I
surreal
played
feeling?
all the Mario games that I voiced. Oddly enough, I have not done. I played Skyrim. I never played any of the Lord of the Rings series I was in, or the Men in Black, or VGA Golf, or I've done about 100 of those other games that have the shoot 'em up and and I don't tend to play those. But I really. I love the magic of Mario games. I see something like Galaxy for the first time, and I get goosebumps. It's like, oh my goodness, this is great, and I still play Galaxy like this. And I go upside down, And I sing Super Mario Brothers Wii, that was just like, oh my goodness. I laughed and laughed. That was so fun. So for me, every time, the Super Mario 3D World, it's always just such a blast for me. So yeah, I do play the games and I like them, and I'm really looking forward to Mario Kart 8 and to Smash Bros. I will not be very good at Smash Bros. Just to say, I'm not really good at any of them. Just to say, but I sure have a good time.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Exactly.
It's about having fun. Although, when you're young and you can do it, it's about getting to the end as fast and as great as you can.
Yeah. So you kind of get that surreal feeling, kind of like, oh, wow, I'm the voice of Mario. Everyone knows my voice,
The fame associated with that is something that I just think it's just very sweet. I mean, I'm just a guy,
right.
And I do what I love to do, and people recognize me for that. And what a tremendous honor that is. When I first had any concept of like, I was walking. We were doing E3 or something, or CES, and I'm walking, to go have lunch because we're on lunch break. I'm like, I'll go have lunch, and someone says, "Excuse me, are you Charles Martinet?" And I said, "Yes, I am." I didn't really check my badge. I knew. And I said, yes, I am. And he goes, "You do Mario's voice, right?" And I go, "Yes, I do." He goes, Can I have your autograph?" And I said, "Yes, you can. I don't have a pen and I don't have a piece of paper, but if you have a pen, I can write whatever." And he goes, I brought a game. And he opens his backpack, and of course he's got games in his backpack. He's like, "Oh, look, it's Mario game, I said, "Oh, I can sign that. Did you have a pen?" And there's a security guy, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I've got a pen." And the security guy pulls out a pen. And I go, "Great." And the security guy goes, here's a table and a chair." And I said, "Oh, thank you." And that's very nice. And I sit down. "What's your name?" "Bob." "Okay, hey Bob, woohoo, Mario, Charles Martinet." And I looked up, and there were like 25 people standing behind him. I'm like, "Oh, hello." And there I sat, and just signing it. "Hi, how are you? How are you?" And that's like one of the funnest things in the whole wide world to me is meeting Mario fans, meeting people that love the game, love to play. Because it's like, for me, it's like that's what I do. Is I just do what I do, and it creates fun with people. It's a part of the puzzle of creating fun. Because a video game is thousands and thousands of hours of work, and the conception, the design, the ideas, the characterization, the drawings, the animation, the texturing, the music, the marketing. It's like all these people, all the way down to the shipping, and it's like millions of hours go into it. And I go into a session for 4 hours, and I go, "Here we go, yippee, woohoo," and I get recognized for that. So I mean, it's very sweet to me. It's a great,
So you said the voice of Mario came from a previous play you did. Right?
Romeo and Taming of the Shrew, by golly. Shakespeare, study Shakespeare.
How about the rest of your voices?
The rest of it? Well, like Luigi, we had, there we were doing Mario in real time. And, we had, that was the only character that we had.
Right.
And people would say, can I please talk, it was always the young people, "Can I please talk to Luigi, your brother?" A lot of people love Luigi. And I said, "Oh, hang on a second. I think he's in the kitchen making spaghetti meatballs. Besides, I think he's a little shy, but hang on. I'll see if he's there. Hey, Luigi." And I'd go, I'd go like that with the head, because I had a little flying mouse, and the head flying around. "Hey, Luigi." And whenever I would move my mouth, the character would move. So I would go, "Yeah, what do you want?" And I would just let the mouth move just a tiny bit, because I thought I might as well pull their leg a little bit.
I go, yeah, what do you want? You want to come out and say hello to my fans? I know, I'm too shy. Besides, I'm in the kitchen making spaghetti meatballs. Oh, he says he's too shy. Besides, he's in the kitchen making spaghetti meatballs. And they say, oh, please. And I go, oh, please. Sorry, I'm too shy. He says he's sorry. He's too shy. You know, and so I was just making up this thing. And then one day, I go into a studio, and it's like, okay, now you're doing Luigi in this voice, you know. And at one point, I was doing Donkey Kong for real-time animation. And then, you know, it's such a great gift because I go into the studio, and it's like, oh, here's this guy, Wario, you know, with the mustache and angry, frustrated, loud, you know. And they give me these clues about what they want, and I make that real and blow it up into this very funny sort of cartoony, you know, how about today, you know, sort of thing. You know, and then all of a sudden I go in and it's like, there's Waluigi. I'm like, everybody keep it, you know, it's like playing, you know, putting those characteristics of self-pity and things into into that character. And it's just like things that just made sense to me because it's all about fun. And that's what acting is, and that's pretty much what life is, you know, finding ways to have fun, creating fun, and having a creative fun and fulfilling life. It's my absolute belief that you know, being a student is a great thing. Get a degree is a great thing. Find out what you love to do in life and pursue that, you know. Find what gives you passion and joy and express yourself and your love for yourself, your family, your friends, your family, you know, whatever it is, your community. Express the love that you have in what you do, whether it's designing video games, doing voiceovers in games, if it's driving a garbage truck, if it's, you know, developing land, whatever it is that gives you joy, when you express that joy of who you are and through who you are, you know, life has such a great way of being supportive, and you may not be the voiceover talent that gets the job, but by pursuing your passion, maybe one day you'll be a director or a producer or a writer or an animator. Maybe something else will happen, but by pursuing your destiny, you know, and it is very much, life is very much like a video game. You creating your destiny, actively participating in building your dream, in building your world, you know. That's what we're doing. You know, that's what we do here. We have fun. At least that's my belief system. I could be completely wrong. But if you're committed to having fun, it can't go wrong because then you're having fun.
Are you on auditions now, or do you just get offered parts?
You know, I still do some auditions. I don't have much time because I have a passion for travel, and I do a lot of shows where I'm traveling. And when I'm not doing shows when I'm traveling because I like to travel.
Have you ever missed out on a role that you wanted?
Oh yeah, well, that happens all the time. Yeah. But that's okay. You know, I mean, there are lots of young people and people that are, you know, ready for action. So if I'm doing something else, it's great that they get the opportunity. You know, and that's the thing about acting too, is I believe there's such a thing in the reality that we live in that's, oh my goodness, you can't make a living doing what you love to do in life, or you can't make a living being an artist or an actor. It's just, oh, there's so many people, it's so competitive. But you know, it's not. What you do is you bring who you are to each event. You know, you go to an audition, of course, the trap is you want to do what you think the producer wants to hear, or whether you're a musician or whatever you're doing, what you think they want. And every time you do what you think or hope that they want, is a guarantee you will not get it. Because acting is like very much studying and learning the characteristics of the part and learning how to project and learning how to do things. The same thing as musicianship. And as soon as you're in the job or the audition or the concert, you drop everything that you've learned and you act like a dog chasing a stick on the beach. They don't go, what does my owner want me to do? He wants me to go get the stick. Now, should I prance and get it, or should I really aggressively get it, or should I just act nonchalant, or should I go this way? Wait, what does he want? No, forget it. The dog is like, stick, yay, go, you know, and he goes and gets the stick. That's what acting is, you know. It's like you learn all the techniques and then you throw it all away and you go get the stick. And you're having fun in an audition is what gives life to the character and not anticipation to the character. Because, you know, if you do like impressions, you know, and you're like, oh, I can do a perfect Goofy, you know, but if your motivation is like, oh, I'm going to sound exactly like him, instead of, oh, I want to say yes, you know, It'll sound exactly the same, but people feel when they watch something the realness of something that's in there. So if you do a perfect impression, you go, oh, that was a perfect impression. But it's not going to get you the job because you're not living it, you're not being it, you're not in that moment. So, you know, that's what acting is, letting go. And having fun. So you have fun out there.
So
Ask me anything else.
what would be your favorite voice to perform?
Oh, my favorite voice to perform. Well, that's a good question. Of course, it's Mario. You know, I live that character. I wake up in the morning happy, and I'm like, it's a goal, woohoo, you know, and I hear the music, you know, and so when I'm having a good morning, that's what I do, is I live that character. And I also, as I was saying, the believability of the character, the real personality traits, I want to be that person who's optimistic and loyal and fun-loving and, you know, faces challenges with a, here we go, you know, as opposed to like, oh no, you know, so that's the most fun for me is Mario.
And then when you're out in public, just like in everyday life, do you sometimes sneak in some voices?
I never do that, and I'll tell you why. Because that's what I do for a living.
Okay.
And I have a sacred relationship with every character that I play. That I do that because it's honoring that character to keep it real. You know, I don't, you know, go out and sort of order pizza as Mario. You know, because it sort of like lessens the, you know, it doesn't respect the character. So I'm always a believer in respect.
All right.
We need to borrow you, Jules. We have
We're gonna
to-
steal you.
All right.
So all you guys, thank you very much for the interview, and best of luck, everybody. Number one.